So I think something almost everybody can relate to is the mismatch that we all experience between objective time and subjective time. So everybody's familiar with this notion that time flies having fun, or a watch pot never boils. When you're tightly engaged in a task, or where you're doing something that you find enjoyable, we say time seems to fly by, which means that your internal clock is probably going a bit slower than an external clock, because you're surprised that maybe an hour has elapsed on external time, but your internal clock is telling you, no, maybe only 15 minutes have gone by. Now, in order to understand that, it's very important for us to distinguish between two types of timing. One we call prospective timing, and one we call retrospective timing. So this relates to something called the vacation paradox. So maybe you're on vacation, you're in Athens for the first time. During the day, you're experiencing a bunch of new events and new sights and sounds. And as it's going by, that is, prospectively, it seems to be flying by. In retrospect, however, maybe the next day or you're back from vacation, looking back upon that, it seems to be a long day. So retrospectively, it seems that it was an extended period of time. And this is something that was pointed out as far back as William James in his Principles of Neuroscience over 100 years ago. And the point is that retrospectively, we're not so much telling time, but we're rebuilding or estimating how much time has elapsed based on the number of experiences we have in memory. So retrospectively, you're more estimating how much time has elapsed. If there was a period full of new memories, then you're left with impression that it was a long period of time retrospectively. But prospectively, as it was taking place, you were paying attention to some sort of internal clock in our brain in which you were looking at or querying that was telling you that not much time has elapsed because you weren't paying much attention to time. So on the other hand, when you're very bored or in an anxious state, people experience time as dragging or going slow, again, prospectively. You're very anxious, you're waiting to hear from somebody who you know is at the hospital, or you just got an important telephone call, and you're waiting for somebody to call you back. Time seems to drag, it seems to be going slowly. Of course, prospectively, you're attending to time. You're at the airport, the airplane's delayed, you're very bored, you're waiting for news about whether you're going to make your trip or not, and then you find out it's going to be in 6 hours. Now you're just in sort of this on hold mode in which time seems to be dragging, going very slowly, prospectively. You look back on that, and that's merely a blip in time. Because retrospectively, there's not many items in your memory. There's nothing particularly exciting about visiting the Atlanta airport bathroom for the first time, so that doesn't stick in your memory. So you're left with this feeling retrospectively that time actually was not very long lasting. So you have this paradox in which retrospectively, time seemed to have not occupied much of your conscious experience, but prospectively, you were aware of it dragging.